of Change News.
This is Voice of Change Radio News. Good day, I'm Amanda Kumalo. In our top stories this afternoon, Hwedza celebrates new government complex. In business news, IDCZ seeks to boost basal fertiliser production. In regional and international news, Teodoro Obiang wins 60th term in Equatorial Guinea. In sports news, Mahachi acquitted of son's attempted murder. The news in detail. Hwedza residents have held the government for the infrastructural projects being implemented in the area that have transformed livelihoods and the community at large. Government complex in Hwedza is now 98% complete, with the parallel construction of the Civil Registry District Office also nearing completion. People in the district will by March be able to obtain civil documents, including passports, a great deal more easily and see higher efficiency in other services. The complex will house all the district offices of government departments. Last Friday, the Director for Flagship Infrastructural Programs and Projects in the Office of the President and Cabinet, Mr. George Mazimure, visited a number of high-impact projects that the government has embarked upon in Mashonaland East and expressed satisfaction with overall progress. Women from Mashonaland East Province came out in multitudes to witness Agri4She patron, First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, launched the life-changing empowerment program in the area and plant over 400 trees at Warikandwa Primary School to mitigate the effects of climate change. This makes Mashonaland East the third province to witness the emphatic launch after Harare and the Midlands. The First Lady, who has a passion for the economic empowerment of women and marginalized communities, led the planting of fruit trees in the school orchard, including oranges, guavas, and lemon trees. A hands-on person, the First Lady, together with women from the surrounding communities, planted sorghum, sunflower, and maize in the Hwedza demonstration plots. Amai Mnangagwa thanked the women for turning up in their numbers for the launch of the historic program tailored to enhance their participation in agricultural production, empower them, and remove the temptation of engaging in vices like prostitution to earn money. The program also ensures women augment their husbands' earnings and participate fully in raising their families. A look at business news. The Industrial Development Corporation of Zimbabwe, IDCZ, has embarked on a program to recapitalize its basal fertiliser production operations to boost local production, cut imports, and domesticate the fertiliser value chain. IDCZ Chairman Winston Makamure said in an interview that the corporation was expediting the implementation of the government's plan to increase local production of compound fertilizers. To enhance efficiency, Zimbabwe Phosphates Industries Infos, a unit of IDCZ, commissioned a 1.1 million fertilizer blender at its Masasa plant and is installing a $2.2 million fertilizer granulation plant. When completed, the plant will have an impact on the downstream support industries. The two plants have the capacity to produce and meet about 50% of Zimbabwe's basal fertilizer requirements, which will save the country on foreign currency. Moving on to news beyond our borders. The authorities in Equatorial Guinea have announced on Saturday the re-election of Teodoro Obiang for a 6th term. Announcing the results, the head of the Electoral Commission said Obiang had won with 94.9% of the votes. Obiang had the backing of a coalition of 15 parties, including his own party, the Democratic Party of Equatorial Guinea, PDGE. And finally, in sports news, Embattled Zimbabwe Warriors midfielder Kudakwashe Mahachi has been acquitted of attempted murder charges following his trial on allegations of scalding his 4-year-old son with hot water in South Africa. Mahachi was acquitted of 2 separate charges of attempting to kill his son. This follows the former SuperSport United footballer's trial at Trade Gold Magistrate Court in Bulawayo. In passing his ruling, trial magistrate Mark Zira concurred with the defense's arguments, saying the state failed to prove the essential elements of the case, adding that the evidence given by the witnesses was contradictory and disjointed. The talented midfielder was in July this year also acquitted of theft charges by